several old faces, several in-between faces who didn't last in this session. So this is a series that started 3 weeks ago. This is the fourth week, the fourth and final class. And I would like to conclude this series, with a focus on content writing. The opening class was about the fundamentals of digital marketing. It was followed by the fundamentals of email marketing. Last week, we discussed how to make sure your business gets found online. We discussed a series of tools that you can use to make that happen. Very exciting topic. And then finally, today we're talking about content writing. When we designed this series of lessons, the idea was to bring everyone who takes the lessons from a basic understanding of digital marketing and the use of the tools available online for free and several not so free tools. Today we're going to be looking at something slightly more advanced, but also slightly, or no, not slightly, but very important to the process of marketing, which is your ability to create content or to write content. In the first and second classes, I talked about how to create your content mode. A content mode is the way in which you're most comfortable creating your content. And when we went through that, we did not dive too deeply into the written aspect of content because it wasn't something that we wanted to focus on there. But we've all seen that even when you're trying to engage a video on YouTube, so most of the time the thing that gets your attention is the title of the video. The title of the video is a very strong part of the content writing skills. So that's where a lot of people struggle, how to write content that attracts people and gets them to want to read your blog post or explore your product and so on, or even open your email. So we want to explore certain tools that you can use to take you from being a blank slate, you don't know how to write to save your life, to be able to generate content using some of these tools efficiently. Alright. Now, since most of you were not here last week, I'll skip the homework review. So I hope that you take our time to go over the assignments for this week, which will also introduce you to some of the content from the previous week. We've been able to archive the content on our website, and the link to the website will be displayed. Then you'll be able to follow through on all of the content available there, plus this particular content. The slides, all of the slides are available there. This one is now available on the website as well. So you can go there today and catch up on all of the content that we've been teaching on over the last 3 weeks plus today. Eventually, we're going to be enhancing the content by including videos of me teaching the course again from a more settled perspective. Here, I have 1 hour 30 minutes to go through all of this. There, I may be able to take longer to really drill down into the course. Plus, I'll be providing course content, additional course content that show the practical aspects of executing some of these things. So I hope you will take advantage of the free side of the content. The slides are free. You'll be able to go there, watch them on the website, or download them into your devices and use for your private use. Please let's not see it on the expressway being marketed on CDs. It won't be encouraging. But the other side of the content, I've said I'm going to be creating additional content. These are going to be paid. Okay, so for you to access the additional content, you don't have to make payment to have the course for yourself. The reason why that is that time is precious and very few. So I don't have much time to do that. So for it to make sense for me, I have to convince myself that someone's going to pay for it. So that's why I'm doing that. I have to motivate myself. If not, I said to the first and second classes that this course was forced out of me. It was not something I wanted to teach on, but it's something I know about. I've been doing this for almost over 10 years. All right. Back in 2010, when Facebook started Facebook pages, I began to predict to my employer that Facebook has taken social media beyond just social media, but it's now a marketing tool. That we have to start providing it as a service. When Facebook started Facebook pages, you could literally create a landing page inside of that Facebook page. You could create links, banners, flash images. You could put your products into that page. Okay, there was something they were trying to release there called FBM, Facebook Markup Language. And I was beginning to do it. We created several pages for customers until they decided to scrub that aspect of Facebook pages. So they were thinking that Facebook pages could be a replacement for websites eventually. You could build your website inside of Facebook and then connect your network straight into your website. That's what they were planning to do at the time. And that was back in 2010. So I've been doing stuff like this since then. And I've worked with different teams of very gifted social media marketers, digital marketers, content writers, designers, and so on. My training is largely in software design, but I eventually had to lead these kinds of things. So I have to pull. So I have had to pull from. So to create this content, I had to pull from 12 years of experience, all right, to create this. And it's not 12 years of experience. I'm not teaching you what was valid 12 years ago. Because every month, the internet evolves. Every month, literally. If you do not keep yourself actively apprised of what's going on, you wake up one day and you're a dinosaur. Nobody knows what you're talking about. The world has moved on. You understand? So I've had to keep up in my own way, just to make sure that I understand what the world is doing and I'm able to take advantage of it. So that's my background. And so this course was literally forced out of me because it was a special request from the company to just come and teach on digital marketing. And I said, okay, I'll do that. I had to really dig deep to get all of this out in a way that is applicable to those who have never done any social media before. So these are very simple, doable activities that would actually, literally, once you start using them, you will see instant results. Not instant in the sense that your company will start making 10 million naira by the third day, but instant that you can actually do this and see this result, in the sense that you're told to do this exercise and you can start seeing the thing that you set out to accomplish. So that's really what I mean by the fact that it was forced out of me, not that I was grudgingly made to do it. So I just want you to understand. And also understand my background. If I say I'm going to be
taking the time to really teach this thing. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm looking to sell something. I'm just saying, look, I have to convince myself to really do the work. Else, I'll just leave it at that and say, okay, just take the slides and work with it. But while talking with the past classes, so while talking with the past classes, it just occurred to me that a few people wanted more. They didn't just want the basics that I was showing in the slides. They wanted more tactical applications of these principles. So I said, okay, let me try and put it together so that it makes sense for everyone, not just people who were here in the class. Now, some of you have just, I'm not sure, some of you maybe this is your first time coming, or some of you last week was your first time coming. So if you did not attend the previous classes, some of the things that I would have said last week or the week before, even today, may not make all the sense in the world. Like I just mentioned content mode, some people were like, what that? Okay, so it's important that I'm able to help you by giving you content that you can always go back and visit and catch up on what the right was that was said. So while we're waiting for the screen to be connected, all right, we're just starting. You can come forward, unless you don't want to come forward. You can come forward, we're not interrupting anything. So when the paid content comes out, I'll do my best to make it as affordable as possible. And I do hope you will take the time. Thank you. I do hope you will take the time to. I hope you will take the time to engage the class. So we're going to talk about the first. So basically, we're looking at content writing made simple. We're going to be learning how to write compelling content without being a writer. Okay? Learning how to write compelling content without being a writer. Compelling content doesn't have to be complex content. Compelling does not mean complex. Okay, so I'm not going to be teaching you the skills of writing a full novel. I'm just going to teach you something simple that you can apply where you have to get results. So this is the outline. We're going to talk about why your content matters. We'll talk about tools that will help you simplify your writing. We'll talk about what a content pillar is. The content pillar might be the most important thing for you, but you must understand what it is and how it applies, the importance of the content pillar, and then we'll do some homework. Not to do, I'll let you know the homework that you have to do. So why does your content matter? All right. Now, you have a unique ability to tell your story in your own way. Nobody can tell your story for you. Nobody can tell it the way you can tell it. When you try to talk like somebody else and be somebody else, that's where you disconnect completely because everybody knows that it's fake. But when you're coming across as you, this is how I talk at home. Okay? This is how I talk at home. This is how I talk with my wife when I'm not angry or the other thing. This is how I talk. Me being a better person individually makes me a better teacher or coach to people outside because if I am a good person, the Bible says, out of the good treasure of your heart, you will speak. So if you're working out of something that you already are, you can tell the story that's so unique to you that people will be attracted to it. Now you have to tell your own story in your own way because it is unique to you. Your content is an expression of your story in your own voice. Alright? So it's very important. The reason why content is When we talk about the importance of writing your own content, okay, or building up your own content, you see some things that are very important, and I don't want to reveal them too early, right? So why does the content matter? Number one, this is actually what I'm going to say next. Number one, it makes people trust you more. Like now you're listening to me, how many think that this is fake? Does it feel fake? Okay. Now when you meet somebody and you can feel like they are really being themselves, your ability to trust them goes up. Correct? When you listen to somebody and you know that this person is not being themselves, what happens to your trust level for them? Goes down. So your ability to present content that is uniquely yours, your own content to your people, your community, your network, helps customers trust you more. Next, it makes you look like an expert. So if you forget all of the nice things I said about myself, about having experience for 12 years and all those things, I didn't say all of those things. Actually, all of those things are part of my content. Okay, they are part of my content. I will tell you who I am. Like when you buy a book and you turn the back and they tell you about the author. Okay, it's part of the content. It tells you who you're reading, why you should read them. So I just did that for you at the beginning of this conversation, and you just got to meet me. I told you why I am the right person to listen to when I say this is the simplest way to get into this arena, because I've been doing this in and out for 12 years. Alright? When I came in and said, anyway, I just started yesterday, and I just want to tell you what I learned. What's your confidence level in what I'm going to teach you? Yesterday's confidence level. Okay? So that's part of your content. Letting people know who you are and why they should trust you. So it makes you look like an expert. You can build a library of content. How many of you have been able to go through, how many of the old people here, people who have been following this since the first, second week, how many of you have been able to listen to a few of the podcast episodes on the website? How many of you have listened to maybe one or two? You have. Thank you so much. Anyone else? You have. The podcast episodes. There's a link here. When you click on it, you see my podcast episodes. I have over 70 currently on the page. And I've been planning to record more, but I've been too busy. Now, someone shook his head. 70 looks big. I'm aiming for 1,000. Okay. Now, that library took me about a year to create. It took me less than a year to create. And today, I haven't recorded a new episode since, I haven't published a new episode since June of last year. Actually, since July of last year. But I can look back and I have 75 episodes that I have recorded within less than a year. Still sitting there, and I haven't done another day's work on that since then. To some of you, it looks big, but I haven't stopped yet. I'm still creating content. Now, what if I do this? And what if I had continued recording and publishing from July until date? I would have come up to 150. Because there were days I was recording 5 episodes in a single day. Okay, I would have hit 150. If I continue at that pace, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I should hit my 1,000 goal. Now, meet me in 3 years, and I tell you I have 1,000 episodes. What kind of, how do you perceive me by then? Have a library of content that you can gain access to. And if I tell you, come, I'll teach you how to build 1,000 episodes of content, will you listen to me? Because you can see that I've done it. Okay, so now I'll tell you, come, I'll teach you how to build 50 episodes of content. You can trust me because I have 75. Understand? So these things make you look like an authority, makes you look like an expert. It helps you build a library of content, and it helps your SEO. It helps your search engine optimization. Because when the search engines have many references that link back to your website or your content, it ranks you very high. When someone types something, after they type your name, or a name that looks like yours, if there are 10 people that have that name, or because you have more content than all the other 9, your name will be the first to come out. Are you there? Finally, it helps you attract new viewers. Because the more content you have out there, the more content you put out there, the more viewers you run into, or more people run into your content, and in turn they run into you or your business. Now, we're really talking about how to use this content for your business. Okay? So think about it from the business perspective. If your content is out there, and that's why I put this lady that's baking something, because there are people who actually bake, and they can actually document their recipes and the ways that they make things. And people will actually, like during the lockdown, my wife was watching YouTube on how to make bread, how to make different things on YouTube. Okay? And that's someone's content. Your content creation can allow you to supplement to inbound marketing. Inbound marketing is a way where your content literally brings people from simply being people who encounter your content on your website to now wanting to buy something from you. They were looking for something, an answer to a question, they found an answer to their life. This person who gave me this answer to this question also sells this product. I'm interested in buying this one. Do you understand? Because your content builds a degree of trust inside of them for you. It made them comfortable buying from you. How do you buy from people you don't trust? How do you see those people that sell watches in traffic? And so those watches look very expensive and tell you cost 5K. You know this watch, if it's the real deal, it's nothing less than 90 or 100K. You look at it and see how. Look at it. Okay, so trust is an issue. We go to the same shop to buy things. How many of you go to the same shop to buy groceries? Buy your milk, sugar, even if it's in Malam, go to the same place. When I was a kid, there was this Malam I used to buy from Akamu. That's where I bought everything: sugar, milk, egg, biscuits, sweets, insecticide. If he sold it, I'll buy from him. Because that was the guy. You understand? So us, we only go to ShopRite. Right? Because we trust the brand. You want people to only want to buy from you, but you have to build that trust. Your content will help you to establish your brand. Establishment means foundation, rooted. It shows that your brand is not going anywhere. Okay, Coke is established. Coca-Cola, unless by an act of God or unbelievable foolishness by the leaders of Coca-Cola, that company is established. It's not going anywhere. Okay, you see Guinness. Look at the label. You see established 17 something. People that think you know the names. I don't. Okay, but established 7, and I know 17 is there. 17 something. How many years is that? That's over 300 years. So, or almost 300 years. A business, a beer, is older than you. And right now, I haven't seen a Nigerian company that has been in business for 100 years. Nigerian, owned by Nigerians, not imported like First Bank. That was shining 100-year anniversary. It's not Nigerian because it was started by the British. So, more on that later. I don't want to rant. So, it establishes your brand. When the internet has so crawled your brand and it's everywhere, one thing that only you can talk about. So that when they are talking about it, when someone is searching for it, it's only your brand that comes out top 10 results history. That's establishment. Imagine where children, when I was growing up, children called Sprite Coke. They called Fanta Coke. Some people say they're calling me a Coke. You understand? Why? Because Coke is established. Content can help you increase your market share. What's market share? It goes down to what percentage of the market within your industry prefers your product, buys from you, not just preference. They are actually coming to spend money in your business. Alright. Inbound lead sourcing is similar to inbound marketing, but inbound marketing is more or less like, okay, more people know about your brand from your content. Lead sourcing means people actually leave their details. Somehow they either buy something or they pick up something for free. There are different ways that can work out, but it helps with that aspect of your business. And finally, it helps you drive web views. Okay, so how does all of this translate to something healthy for your business or for your brand? I don't know, can somebody give an answer to that? How does any of this make sense for any of your brand? Just in a simple way, there's no right or wrong answer, but what do you think? Like you've seen all these 10 benefits of why your content should be front and center in what you do. But in your own way, why do you think all of these things will be good for you or your business? Just, there's no right or wrong answer. Feel free to just give an answer. I want to get from you. Don't worry, don't be shy now. Guys, should I come and sit down with you? Try to the microphone. Sometimes this microphone thing can make people feel uncomfortable. But, okay, so looking at all of the things that we talked about, how do you think, in your own words, this can be of benefit to you, the product of the business? In one or two words, don't have to be something fantastic. Just in your own way. It could even be something you think is obvious. Just say it. Raising? Yes.
I think it will increase your sales.
Exactly. It will increase sales. Believe me, it will increase sales. Next. Have a friend. Okay? Have a friend. She might, I don't know if she's agreed yet. She puts out a lot of content on Instagram and on Facebook. She's now very popular on Facebook for her content on accounting. And she just puts her content for free. Then she wakes up and says, I'm doing a live course. Last year I helped her set up one of her live courses. She probably still, but she had a problem because she now had too many people. She had planned for 1,000 students. She had passed 1,000. She had now hit 1,004. And she wanted to use Zoom to do the thing, and Zoom did not have capacity for it, so I had to find a solution for her. I built it for her in just under a couple of hours. And she had a course. I mean, she was holding people's money. She had made, imagine, people were paying average 3,005. So calculate that 3,005 times 1,500 is how much? It wasn't that we were going to pay, they had paid. It's in our account. Our brother was there, our account was still change. I was just looking at her, she said, hey, see. They help you to this thing. People have already paid. But how did she get there? Her content. She creates content per second. Just pushed it out. She creates so much content, she's worse than me. Hers is in writing.
she just pushes it out, pushes it out, pushes it out, pushes it out, and then suddenly she just says, meanwhile, I'm doing a course and 1,500 people show in February. When people say that there's no money to spend, they're dying her course. You know it's good. I saw it myself. Now, so like you said, yes, it drives sales. One more person before we move on. One more person. Okay. Ladies first.
It helps you to grow your business and helps you to think big. Think outside the box.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. It helps you to grow your business. Writing content also forces you to think outside the box. You have to think beyond what you already know, what you've been doing. That's what content writing helps you to. Awesome. Thank you. I promise one person, but just because you raised your hand at the same time. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of what she said, but it's in place of visibility.
Visibility. If nobody knows you're there, yes.
It saves cost.
Saves cost. Saves cost of advertising. Brilliant. Yes, sir.
If a good content drives traffic,
Yes.
and wherever there is traffic, there must be sales.
Beautiful. Good content drives traffic and traffic people sales. If you attended the very first class, I told you that in the very first class. Were you the first class? Because yes, there was a time when I was posting content every single day. Somebody came and they messaged me on LinkedIn. I need to win a certification course. I want to go and take your course. And at the time, I didn't have one. Today I have 4, 5, or so. You know, and then I didn't have one. But people were asking me, do you have something I can back? That's what they were asking me when I was doing that. Pretty crazy, I mean. I didn't have anything to sell then, but now I do. Brilliant. Thank you guys. Thank you. Now, I'm going straight for the jugular today. Straight for the jugular. So I hope you guys will just, take this. I'm hoping this will be a very simple class, but a very impactful class. Very simple but impactful because I've been talking about marketing and content has always been coming up. So now, what tools can you use to simplify your writing? Okay? Have you ever tried cutting meat with a blunt knife? A knife that's not sharp. Yeah? How many have tried it before? Especially the raw one. It's painful. It's not just hard. It's painful. The knife itself will be pressing your fingers. It's painful. Okay, so writing with the wrong tools has the same effect on your mind and your body self. You get tired because you're using the wrong tools. You have to use the right tools to create great content. As a non-content writer, remember, you're not a content writer. I'm talking to people who are not content writers. I'm not talking to, if you're a content writer here and you write great content, this class is not for you. You can listen and get some edge, but I wasn't thinking of you. I'm sorry. Is anybody here a content writer, professional content writer, fantastic at writing content? Anybody here? So this class is for you. Oh, you're using your hand. You're using your phone. Okay, so this class is for everyone here, so listen carefully. Alright, this page is all for you. Number 1, the very first tool that you need to simplify your writing is, the first line is just one word, knowledge. You have to read other content similar to what you're comfortable with. The thing that's comfortable with your style. You have to find people that write like that or create content like that and read, watch, or listen to them like you're possessed, like you're addicted to their content. Listen and listen, watch, read, whether it's reading or watching or listening, whatever you're doing. Consume their content like crazy. Okay? Consume their content like crazy. Have you ever heard of garbage in, garbage out? The thing that you take in gain the most is the thing that you find easier to bring out. So you have to listen, read, watch content similar to your style. Every day, listen, watch, read, do it aggressively. Okay? Number two, you need to learn how to use a tool. Here, I wrote Evernote. Okay? I was going to change from Evernote to another tool, but I'll put up a tool on the resources page on the website. There's Evernote, and then there are a few other note-taking tools. Now, the reason why these note-taking tools are essential is this. When you find content that strikes you like, wow, this is content that I want to go back to again, you can literally copy the content from the web page or the site or whatever, or even the YouTube link, and put it inside your Evernote into a folder where you have inspiration or ideas, where you can always go back and say, okay, what this person said about this thing, and you use that as inspiration to create your own content. Alright? You can also use this tool to write your own content. So when you get inspired, you open another folder for your writing. And inside of those folders, you have subfolders. Okay, I wish I could share my computer screen with you and show you my own notes taking tool. You'll see how I've arranged all of them. I'm writing a book. And I can show you how I segmented everything within the notes taking tool. I put everything down within the note taking tool. So that will also be helpful for you, okay? It will also be helpful for you when you start refining your text, because you're not writing on paper or decide that this is my note for meetings, okay? It's my note for meetings, and if I flip it through, you see I've finished writing up the front, I'm not writing at the back now. I'm writing at the back of the leaf now, where I should be writing because it's full. Okay, but if you are using a digital tool like a note-taking app, you don't come out the pages. So it's also very helpful for creating different versions of what you're writing. Because sometimes you write one version of something and then you want to write 3 other versions. Let's say you're looking for a description of your product. You write the first version. Then you want to write a second version. You want to keep refining it. It's not always good to delete the work you've done and then write the fresh one. You always want to see your growth from the first version, second version, third version, fourth version, and then one day you can grab all of them and take the strengths from all 4 of them and write one of maybe the most powerful version. So using a digital note-taking platform allows you to make that happen. If you're working with a group of people, some of these tools allow you to share the notes with somebody else who can collaborate with you. So if you have somebody who is proofreading your writing, you can share it with them, and they can be in the house or in your office, and then you're literally simultaneously working on the copy together. Did you raise your hand? Next tool is a tool called Keywords Everywhere. Okay, it's a Chrome extension. Keywords Everywhere allows you to see the keywords that a particular search query ranked for within, like, so let's say you go to Google and you do a search for a keyword, or you did a search for something, how to do something, and then the content that came up to the top is there as second and third. It will allow you to see the keywords that those contents ranked for. And you can literally reverse engineer those contents so that you too can use what they did to rank almost as high as them. Are you following? It is. Are you clear? So Keyword Everywhere is an extension you should install on your Google Chrome. If you don't have a system, when you get a system, okay, you can install it on your Chrome browser. Sorry, excuse me. So these have the research and curation aspect. Research, you're researching with this and this. Curation, this helps you to curate your content. To curate means to stockpile. You're stockpiling your content or you're writing your content with this. Now that's what I want to settle on. A content writing AI. AI means artificial intelligence. Okay? So permit me to slow down here. Let me slow down. Because this is the bit where I'm most likely going to experience some resistance or some pushback. So, most of the time, okay, I am a software developer by training, and most of us who are software developers pride ourselves in being able to write software from scratch. We want to build from scratch, else it is not authentic software. People who think like that usually make up the majority of poor software designers because they don't eventually build anything. I'm speaking from experience because they keep trying to build from scratch, and while they are still building from scratch, the coding language has changed. So you have to stop and start again. And whenever they get to a particular point, the coding language has. So they can't keep doing that. What most developers who really make a lot of money do now is they work with code frameworks. The frameworks contain a majority of the code that they will need. All they have to do is reference the code and just build. So they build faster, and the framework basically updates itself. You don't have to update the coding language per se. What you're updating is the framework, so that the framework takes care of however it is you're building. So in content writing, we have people who want to get on the typewriter and just type, because that's their image of being a writer, or people want to write with pen. That is what they think the writer is. The writer is a creator. Creators create, whether they are, working with a team of writers or by themselves, or they are simply getting help from different angles. So how can a content writing AI help you? Okay, so I'm going to leave a link to the content writing AI that I use to write. So here's how it works. Let's say you want to write an introduction to your product. You want to write, in fact, you want to choose a title for your product or a name for your product. The AI will ask you to fill in some features. Who do you want to sell the product to? What's their demographic age, and what do they do? You feel that in the field. Then it asks you, can you just give us a few ideas what the product is? You write out what the product is. Then you click generate. It will give you 5 options, 5 to 10 options that you can choose to title your product. And each of them are based on the AI's experience with learning from other products similar to your own. And it makes sure that it does not duplicate what exists out there. Are you there?
Yeah.
So you have the AI doing the work. It has gone through the internet. It has seen that no other product is called this. Okay, but the name is consistent with what you're trying to sell. And then it brings up 5 options for you to choose from. You can take those 5 options and even say, okay, I like this, like that. You can now begin to mix and match what you already have with the 5. And you can choose anyone that sounds good and you're fine. That's number 1. Number 2, 2, you now want to write the description, the product description. What does the product do? And you can choose the different voices, whether you want to use the voice of an authority, someone who is an authority, or you want to use a fun, laid-back voice, or you want to use a childish or playful, tone in the write-up unit. You choose the tone you want, and then the AI writes out the description to match what you want the description to sound like. So how many of you have been to Jumia and you want to buy something and then the title is black soap, then the description is black soap for taking a bath? How many of you have seen those kind of descriptions on Jumia? Very, they're not even bothering to think about the description. You can see that they just, in fact, most of them are copy and paste. When someone copied the description and just pasted them. Okay? If you want your content to be authentic, to be truly you tell the AI how you want it to sound, what's the product, what the uniqueness of the product is, and then it generates 5 to 10 options for you, which you too can take and also modify to really do what you want it to do. This is what a lot of people, a lot of companies have been using for years. Many of whom cannot afford to pay full content writing teams. They've been using it for a long time. And now, nobody told you. Why? Because somebody told you to. You have to pay them to write content for you. And even the content they write, they don't like it. But they wrote something that you wouldn't have been to write. But now, you, who is a non-writer, can put certain descriptions into the AI. And it brings out something that you now have an option. Which writer will give you 5 options to choose from? They'll give you one and tell you that this one is what I do. I give you my 50K. Say they all charge 50K now. It's all 50K. This content writing AI will charge you about $29 a month for over 500 pieces of content. So you write content until you're tired of writing content. Can we close the class now? I've taught you how to write content as a non-writer. No, but I've taught you how to write content as a non-writer. We can go with now. But I haven't told you how to get it. So now I'm going to pause here and I want you to ask me questions. If you have hard questions to ask, I want to answer these hard questions because this is the point where somebody will stand up and say, but if they come directly for you, how authentic is it? How you so I want to, if you have those concerns, I want us to talk about those concerns because many times people leave these classes by saying, that's not what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. For example, some people will come to this class, as soon as they see WordPress, they will tune out. So they say, oh, I know WordPress. And WordPress again. So I want us to think and talk and ask questions. The reason why this is important is, again, I see most of you here have responsibilities. You have other things to do. You have to sit down and start learning how to write content from scratch. Okay? So why should I put you through that painful experience? Oh, I left something out. There's an extension that you should also think of having called Grammarly. Okay? So that when this generates the content, Grammarly can also make suggestions about changes to the grammatical construction. This is rarely wrong. Rarely. The grammar generated by this rarely is wrong. But what I would suggest, sorry, I think that's something. But what I would suggest is that you always have Grammarly to I have a great command of grammar. I said this before in an earlier class, maybe since some of you are not here, I said it, I have great grammatical command, but I write with grammar. Let me give you one example of how comfortable I am with English grammar. I started one night that I wanted LinkedIn to acknowledge that I could speak English, because sometimes when you want to do business with foreign people, they want to know whether you can speak English before they even say hello. Or when you're certified by LinkedIn that this person knows grammar, they feel more comfortable talking with you. So I took the LinkedIn test to rate whether I was great with grammar. And LinkedIn, I think I got about 70%, and I was sleepy when I took it. I was feeling sleepy when I took it, and I got 70%. That's really how well how comfortable I am with grammar. Okay. Another was with Fiverr, and both times I was just not in the mood, and I passed well. But yet, I still write with grammar. So it's not really a thing of pride, it's a thing of experience. Don't use there's a section of your brain that should go on the day so that the creative part can be working. Let something else take care of things like grammar check and all those things. So let grammar do it, then you focus on the creative aspect. Okay, put more voltage on the creative aspect. I'm going to take a 10-minute break, then we'll wrap up on the content writing AI. Alright? And then we're going to have a brief interview with Miss Florence. She will just come and sorry, I was mistaken. You were looking like a presenter. I didn't know you were doing. Sorry about that. So you'll be giving, I don't know your name. Peter will be giving a short we'll be talking with you for a couple of minutes, and then I'll be back to finish up our conversation.
Thank you, Doctor.